Here we are today with Los Angeles-based author Doselle Young. Doselle, thank you so much for being a part of this.
My pleasure.
Really appreciate it. And we're going to start off with our fabulous question. What is your favorite line from a novel?
I brought it along today. I'm going to have to use my terrible $2 reading glasses to read it to you. It's from Lolita, and it's Lolita, light of my life, fire of my loins, my sin, my soul, Lolita, the tip of the tongue, taking a trip of 3 steps down the palate to tap at 3 on the teeth, Lolita. She was low, plain low in the morning, standing 4'10" in one sock. She was Lola in slacks. She was Dolly at school. She was Dolores on the dotted line, but in my arms, she was always Lolita.
Nice. Nicely read. What makes that, is Lolita your favorite novel, or is it?
It's one of my favorite novels. I think I like transgressive fiction, and it was certainly a piece of transgressive fiction in its time. And it was seductive in that it's so much about the language of the book. It's the language that seduces you, and that intrigues me. I like anything that can subvert your expectations or subvert your distrust or mistrust of a piece of fiction. So the sexier it is and the more lyrical it is, the better.
So you have obviously literary tastes.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I was going to say, how does that drive into
no,
crime fiction and comic books?
It's like, you know, I love comic books. I love Superman, love Green Lantern, love The Flash, especially all the old 60s Silver Age DC heroes. Love that stuff, love the pulps. But I also really love literature. And particularly, I think Lolita and a couple other books. J.D. Salinger's 9 Stories has a story in it called The Laughing Man. And I really love that story. And I think that seems to have influenced me more than I'm slightly comfortable with, but I'm just going to go with it.
Okay, so if we were to take you and throw you on an island, and you could only have 3 books.
3 books?
3 books.
I would really want 3 books called How to Get the Fuck Off a Desert Island. And that's what I would want. Seriously, because who wants to be trapped on a desert island, you know, with books? Like, even 3 books, it's not going to cut it. You know, how about some fruit in a boat? So that's just my take anyway.
Given that you get off the island, you get back over here,
now we're cooking,
and now you're at your keyboard, and Stark Raving is knocking on the door, which we're extremely pleased to have you with us. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're working on?
Genre crushing, colliding material. I really like, you know, the whole thing that's cool with a super collider, right? Is you take 2 things, you slam them into each other really hard, and you try and see what's underneath. And it's sort of the force of those 2 things coming together can show you something new. And it took me a long time to figure out that that's how I like to write. You know, so my comic book work has always been about, you know, broken-hearted love stories dressed up as science fiction or a crime story, but they're really broken-hearted love stories. The first thing I want to do with Stark Raving is going to be the novella Housework. And it is a genre collision between old pulp novels and old pulp novels like The Shadow or The Spider, those sorts of things.
Okay. The Avengers.
And some social themes that you might find in something more like a Richard Price novel. So that should be fun. I'm gonna leave you with that one.
All right,
I think
love
that's
that.
a good start.
We'll look forward to seeing it.